Alright, we back, man. We in the building. I got the storm shadow look right now. It's dark. I'm out here on the balcony. Sorry about the noise in the background. But let's talk about it. So earlier, I did the video and I mentioned some things, about, race and, and how we look down upon, as a race in this country. The American brothers and sisters, we get a bad rep. I was talking about perception, and it seems like when you deal with religion, race, there's a stereotype of perception that comes with it. And when you deal with religion, the perception is it's all bullshit. Don't believe it. It's man-made, and it's all like fairy tales and fiction. Something in my eye, but right. So it's something that's always going to be looked upon as some, fable stories and magical stuff and miracles and Islam has a perception, Christianity has a perception, and everybody has a perception, and those perceptions can turn into stereotypes. That was some of the things I was talking about earlier. And what I was mentioning with a lot of that stuff is like, particularly with the brothers in America, people come over here with a certain stereotype of us. They look at us like real shit. We just thugs, pimps, gangbangers, drug dealers, no manners, no education. These are the things that people have in their minds because that's what they perceive. They see these things, they get these perceptions from movies, and that's not the portrayal of the brothers. The same way how they put a portrayal to make you perceive that everybody in the Middle East is terrorists, and they harbor terrorists, and they, and the black people in Africa, all they do is live in jungles. These are the perceptions that they put in front of you by portraying these things on TV. Just like they took away the American brothers' identity when they would play, they would use their own people to play Indians in a lot of movies. So the Indians never had no complexion, they always looked light, and when we look at people of color, they come in different shades. And what you're saying is that there were no black Indians. And that's not true. So they're portraying, these characters in the movies to make you think that all the native people look like this, and they didn't look like me or any other brother, and that's not the truth. Just like, the book I never finished, when I was writing about, why don't they teach, at school, black kids need to learn about, more than just Martin Luther King. They need to learn, we have a perception that all our leaders were just, all our leaders were just revolutionaries and guys that, we just got leaders that just want to fight for freedom, and we didn't have nobody that, we didn't have communities. Like a lot of people never even heard of Black Wall Street until a few years ago, because it was perceived that blacks were just slaves, blacks lived in the South after slavery, we were just poor, we didn't have any thriving communities, we didn't do anything to contribute to America, and we just rolled the coattails of the white people. That's the perception that I'm talking about. And then when people get over here, they look at us like we ain't shit, not understanding that the majority of the things that go on in this country is because of us. But on the flip side, what they do is, like I said, this goes back to the beginning of America. And like I was watching my TV, and he had read something, and it kind of confirmed stuff that I was saying about how how when the Spaniards came over here, they didn't come by themselves. They came with, people that look like me and you. Remember when we got here, they described the people. They looked like me and you. So they brought people that look like me and you to, break the ice. They didn't just come over here and just start slaughtering. They came over here and figured out ways to manipulate and then started slaughtering. So, there's a perception, that when they got here, we just, allow them to do whatever. Nah, I don't believe that. I believe it took a little bit of time, and they befriended us, they got cool with us, and then when their numbers got up, they started to, do what they needed to do here, take on riches and things like that, enslave people, and things like that, and slaughter people. And they used people that look like me to do it. And think about what happened in North America. Now that you got the, British, all these other people coming here, you have Germans coming, people from, all these European people coming here, right? And, saying that, yeah, they come as Puritans, they come as, they start using the good book. They're using the good book to justify their goodness, right? Or try to, show and enlighten people on, this way of life and this religion. Once they, got in good with people, same thing, got their numbers up. Next thing you know, that you want this piece, that piece, treaties happen, treaties get broken, battles ensue, little wars and things pop off, raids happen, they got the firepower, so they come with the militia and start wiping people. And, there's another treaty, we push further and further back. Next thing you know, we start enslaving people, they're enslaving us, and the next thing you know, they're bringing their slaves and they're mixing, everybody's being mixed together. When you look at immigration over the last, few decades into the, to the 20th century, even 60, 70 years ago, 80 years ago, there were a bunch of people in the hood, and the hood was a lot more segregated at that time. But when you start putting everybody in the hood together, everybody living in the same building, starts with the housing. So you look at housing, we're all in the same neighborhood. So why you think, Puerto Ricans and blacks, they get along? We've had wars, of course we're gonna have your battles, but we get along. And then, because you have like other root cultures, like, Dominicans, they try to more stick to themselves and, and none of these people are bad people. It's just that, when they get over here, they try to stick more to themselves. They don't try to really, only over the recent couple of decades that they really started to open up more. And like I said, rap music and hip hop has bridged a big gap in society. But aside that, right, you look at, in the hood, you had the Dominicans, you had the Puerto Ricans. Dominicans stuck to themselves. Puerto Ricans mainly interacted with the brothers, right, back in the day. Now you start interjecting a lot of Africans. A lot of Africans don't start coming here too recently. The Arabs, mostly, they would come in, but, not as frequent as the Caribbean people. The Caribbean people been coming in. And see what happens is, like I said, when you come here, we're all in the hood together. And we're suffering together. So when you see stuff like Diablo, he got shot 41 times, or he shot 41 shots, whatever, they hit the boy, and the police did that to him. They're in the hood with us, and these things happen. Numerous situations have happened with police brutality, racial profiling, because once you're in the hood, we're all together. So you start to see a lot of us sticking together a little bit more, particularly people that look like us, but now that things have lightened up, and this is what the crazy thing is, things have lightened up, and, people are able to, stick to themselves, stay to their cultures now a little bit more. So now there's more Africans. You don't see them really interacting with us as much as they used to. Now they keep to their own communities, right? Because there's a lot of them now. When you look at, the Jamaicans, because they've been coming here so long, and they don't come in bunches like Africans do, or like Arabs do, or like Mexican people do. They'll blend in more with us. They have their own communities in their areas. We have better relations. Not better, so we have worse relations with everybody else, but they blend in a little bit more easier with us. Because we fuck with their music, they fuck with our music. Like I said, they have, even though they have, I know in New York, they live in their own little neighborhoods. They have their neighborhoods, where you go up there, it's West Indian. Like White Plains Road, Gun Hill Road, up on the 225th. That's West Indian. You barely used to see them in the South Bronx back in the days, anything like that. They had that area up there. That was mainly their area. But in Brooklyn, so Brooklyn is a more diverse. Everybody hangs out with each other in Brooklyn. Everybody's in the hood. So when I used to hang out in Brooklyn, everybody was chilling with each other. You didn't have no problems. You didn't have niggas looking at you like, you would crack jokes and yank each other, but there was never nobody looking down on each other. But since things have lightened up, I've noticed that certain, the true colors of people are starting to come out. And a lot of people look down on us, man. I used to work with an African brother, and I remember him asking, why, he felt like, without trying to really say it, but, why black people don't take advantage of the country, why they lazy. It's like, I get where you're coming from, because this is the perception. That's not the reality. You don't wake up and say, hey, I want to be a thug, I want to walk the corner, I want to be a drug dealer, or I want to get high and turn into a fiend. a lot of, it's not to make an excuse, because I don't believe in, I believe people have choices, but we've been put in so many bad predicaments that our choices are very limited and our opportunities are limited. But when immigration is different when you're dealing with foreigners, because with foreigners, you are bringing people in, and now there's an agenda behind what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? We are about to be replaced. And, I'll say so as far as them coddling into our communities. We may be seeing the last of this. This might be the last hurrah, because the more immigrants they bring in and give them rights and things like that, and give them what they're giving them, the more support they're going to have. They're not going to really necessarily need, they need our support, but they're not necessarily going to need our support as much as we think they are going to need it, the way they're bringing immigrants in. So immigrants have these new immigrants that are coming here, right, have a certain sense of loyalty to a certain party, like the Democrat Party. So speak against the Democratic Party, they're going to hear this, you're going to hear backlash from them to the end, no matter what you say. Like we just, like I said, I've been arguing with people, not a Trump supporter, even though I agree with a lot of things he said. I don't fuck with Trump like that. I think he's an opportunist. But a lot of stuff he say be on point. And you tell somebody that, oh, you're just a Trump, you just don't like the girl, and then what's happening is, the play is, when you look at the representatives, right, and they're put in place that look like us, they're not us. Majority of those people that you see on TV, the Joy Reids, these people, they either coming from the Caribbean, from some derived from Africa, they're derived from some type of immigrant status, and they're here, and they put them in these positions, and they speak on our behalf, and they're not one of us, man. Yeah, like I said, they punched us in the hood. But you don't have the same values and thoughts that we have. Because some of them, they give them so many resources that they afford them, that they're not going through a lot of struggles that we're going through. I remember me and my mom was living state, and I watched all these Russian people come in this country. 2 weeks later, these guys are driving brand new cars. They got their whole families, living with nice new clothes. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm talking about brand new cars, sports cars and shit. And my mom's sitting here working. We're not getting none of these benefits. And this goes back to the reparations. Because everybody else got theirs. The Jewish people got theirs. The Japanese got theirs. Where's our reparations? We don't get, and we don't read and know what is these government programs. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling us the opportunities in these programs. They keep that to give to other people. Just like they give money to Ukraine, and then they tell us, well, we don't have it, but you got money to give to these countries. Make it make sense. So we got money to give Ukraine, but we can't get our reparations. We gotta, apply for tribal citizenships and all this shit to go get, reparations and certain benefits. And we shouldn't really have to, no one else had to do all of that, man. And you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that what they're doing is right. They're doing the right thing by going to get what's owed to them. But we shouldn't have to go. People should be compensated for what our family members go through and what we still go through today. Sonya Massey. You think they would have shot a white lady like that? No. The most would have probably happened to her. She probably got tased. They wouldn't have did that to her. So the funny thing is, we all still in the same hood. Now, if things were the way it was 15 years ago, everybody would be on code. No matter where you came from, we was from Africa, we was from wherever. What they was doing to the people of color, everybody was on code. But now that things have changed, and we've got laws passed and things like that, that deemed a lot of stuff unconstitutional, people now are coming to the country and getting more grants and opportunities. They're able to become entrepreneurs. So they're coming here finding success because they're being guided into it. Whereas we are born here and we're put in struggles. And a lot of it is self-inflicted too. But at the same time, it's due to a lot of the racist policies over the last 100, 200 years that have taken away the confidence of our people to believe in the system. So, turn to gangs, turn to the streets. At one point in time, they wasn't giving jobs to people like that. Now the jobs, are available. Everybody wasn't getting a job back in the days, not in the 90s and the 80s. Like maybe a little bit more in the 80s. I know in the 90s, jobs was scarce, man. The only job, when they saying black jobs, you know what they mean. You getting low bullshit jobs, man. It wasn't, like now, the opportunities have opened up for people to prosper a little bit, but now with inflation, it balances everything out. So you can live in a place like New York where I live, and you can make $6,000 a month, which is a lot of money to make a month, and still be struggling. So because of inflation, it balances everything out. But the reason why people are outraged about the Commonwealth is we're tired of people, portraying to be one of us and acting like they're down with us and acting like they're playing, and then they don't do shit for us or really care about us. They do a little something just to pacify us and to keep our support, and then it's back to square one. So she's an opportunist. And in the worst way than Trump. Trump is a more straight up opportunist. You can see Trump's play, like where he's on whatever is gonna benefit him. This lady, like Malcolm X said, is the fox. Play like they're on your side, act cool, act like they can't harm you, act like they wish you, but they're really not. So we gotta be mindful of who we're voting for. A lot of these people, telling their kids, what gender they are, and, they have a right to choose them. They don't know what the fuck. And this goes back to something I was talking about, like in Islam, about child marriage. How can a child know what entails in a marriage, marrying off a child? A child has to agree to a marriage. That doesn't make any sense. It sounds crazy. How can a child agree to a marriage? A How do they don't know what a marriage is. They don't have that type of knowledge as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So they're being, even if you, manipulation is still a way of forcing somebody, a way of compulsion. Because, you know what I'm saying, you got somebody doing something out of ignorance, and they're being forced to do it. There's no way the child knows how to comfort her husband. That doesn't even sound right. It makes my skin crawl saying that. So when I hear these things, it's like, particularly in Islam, there's no way that a child can know, it's going to teach their kids Quran, do wifey duties in the house, and they're not even, just because a child is hit mature physically, like they have a period, that don't mean they're mature. Doesn't mean that at all, bro. That is some cultural backward shit. But I got a little bit off topic. Off topic, man. But we gotta be careful, man, and pay attention to these people that are opportunists, man. Democrats they're definitely opportunists. This lady's an opportunist. Trump is an opportunist. And it's like you pick your poison. But with Republicans, they're gonna cut a lot of shit because they feel like people should learn what they got. You know, with Democrats, they want to continue to add, which either takes away from certain programs, adds to the debt, creates more inflation, and the bubble is gonna pop one day. And I hope it doesn't pop within the next lifetime or two, but it's going to pop soon. Even though they're printing money at will, eventually this shit is going to crack. But beware of the people that, like Malcolm X said, the clowns and puppets. Look at the people that try to make us follow, man. Sleazy rappers, comedians, they don't know what they are. These people are, like I remember I told y'all about paid actors, plants, and nepotism, man. This is what we're dealing with, man. Those plants usually be the people that are loyalists. Remember I also said something about sex trafficking, and I told you I believe that they breed these girls and match them with individuals, man. Especially the ones that are coming from out of nowhere, from overseas and shit like that. I think they breed them for a lot of this shit, man. For all candy. Fit that nigga's profile or style. But when you look at the type of girls, even like I've seen dudes cooking Terrence Crawford before. You know what I'm saying? He has a beautiful wife, and niggas was trying to cook his wife one day. That shame her. That was wrong. You don't do that. Nigga tried to shame her. And because she wasn't glamorous and didn't have an Instagram body. I can tell you they're breeding these girls, man, for this shit, man. They're being bred for this shit. Rappers mostly, their girls look like Instagram models. Certain football players, that act hood and shit, they get those type of women. You notice like the Patrick Mahomes, the guys that don't really display that type of lifestyle, different type of women. They usually either get white women, or they're marrying a sister that really nobody knows, right? Baseball players, they mainly stay out of baseball. Baseball is not really too political. It doesn't, baseball, is a low-key sport now. It used to be like this pastime, but now it's more like, it's a low-key, it's a major low-key sport now. But when you look at the basketball players, the rappers, most of them girls are model-looking things. Hollywood, they all breed each other. Politicians, you don't know what the hell they tell them shit to be made up or whatever. You never know. I believe that, I'm not saying, that every single girl is breeding, but I believe that they're breeding a lot of these girls, man. I'm telling you, man, pay attention to what's going on. Nepotism, paid actors, plants. We need to know and decipher who's who. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know this woman is lying about her heritage, right? Why would you even want somebody in office like that? Why are people pushing for her to get in? What is the agenda behind that? The questions we gotta ask. Malcolm X said, "Have you ever seen, why are we the only race who try to, look upon people as leaders that are comedians, actors, and sports players, and call them puppets and clowns?" And he was dead on point. Until this day, that's the people that they think we should be looking up to, because look at our music. So they try to use our music to say, hey, this is the type of music you listen to, this is the type of people you are. So they put the sleazy people up there instead of the people that, like a Michelle Obama, somebody that people respect, that would listen to, that, can give you a message. You put somebody up there twirling. I don't get it, man. And like I said, the loyalists, the foreigners, they think that's what they're not seeing what's going on. Or some of them may see it and don't care, but they're not really seeing it because a lot of them are benefiting from it. Like I said in my first video, right? As I'm gonna end this, you look on my Facebook is like a crayon box. I got friends all over, man. I don't hate no people. I just feel like, when it comes to our people, we get a certain perception about us. They're told to stay away from us. Don't trust us, shit like that. We look down upon, like we're uneducated, like we don't care, we're lazy. And that's not the case, man. And I'm glad that we see some sisters and some brothers speaking out as well with this shit. But we need leadership from within our community. They've done everything to destroy us. Felonies, or you can't do this with a felony, even though it affects every citizen. They know how to help people they fuck with us. We get these strikes before we even start. Poor schools, felonies. The Matrix, baby, that's what I'm drinking. Some sorrow. With a little bit of mixture and some other stuff in it, man. The sorrow is good, man. I like it. It's a plant. You can, it's like a tea you can boil, put it in the refrigerator. After drain it and stuff like that. Put some ginger in it, some cinnamon, put orange in it, and stuff like that. You know, it's good for you, man. But you know, these people, they don't see it, or they say they benefit from it. We're the ones suffering. We're the ones that end up before fetish bowl in jail. I know when I was growing up, like I said, the opportunities out there were scarce. If you don't have a summer job in summer, you know, you was asked out, man. Luckily for me, I was fortunate enough one summer my mom I got my stepfather's friend to hire me. He had a fish market, and he paid me chump change, man, like $15, $20 a day. Like, that was back in like 90, I was in the early 90s, man. He was a good guy, you know, cool motherfucker, man. He used to take me to his house, and we used to chop wood, you know, to clean up his own store, get free food. You know, he's a good dude, but you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have, you know, like a summer job, he wasn't really finding too many jobs out there, man. You know, you grew up, you had to rob and steal, man. I'm saying, like, it was rough growing up, man. Like, now you go every corner, you see a bodega. Back then it was like that, but it was like, you know, there wasn't had jobs like that out there, man. I'm saying, like, it wasn't as peaches and cream as it is today. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes these people, when they come here, they look down, they don't understand a lot of struggles we went through. They look down, it's like, why y'all not trying, or y'all not doing something? A lot of us don't try. Yeah, we got issues in our community. It's like there's issues in other countries. Because if it wasn't, y'all would stay there. Y'all wouldn't be here. People are fleeing those places because of the economic opportunities here. So, but at the same time, like I said, you guys are getting pushed in a way where things are presented to y'all and y'all can take advantage of it. Whereas we're doing the opposite is happening to us. You know, like, they're not being presented these opportunities and things like that, advance. You know, these are things that are out there that you really have to search for and find. Whereas a person coming in, you want this, you want that, you get this, you get that. Like right now, people come in this country and get food stamps for free. Getting money and all that shit. We don't get that. So it's easier for you to come up. It's easy for you to say, yeah, I came in the country, they gave me $3,000 in food stamps. I didn't have to spend money on food. But me, I go get the food stamps, they take it out of my income tax. Or I go get the food stamps, they say I make too much money. You see the difference? I have a bullshit job, I can't get Medicaid. But you get free healthcare. It's money you don't have to spend. You don't get a grant for coming to the country and getting federal loans and shit like that to open up businesses. We're not getting that, man. And that's the difference, man. So when you come in and you say, oh, we're not getting those opportunities out there. So like, once you're a citizen here, you're gonna learn at the time. Like, yeah, they stuff here for people, but those are things you really gotta search hard for. People don't have, a lot of people back in the day especially, didn't have access to all of that shit. To have access to computers and things. We didn't know about a lot of that shit. But when y'all come in, they're telling you that this program, that program. You know what I mean? So you're being educated on things that we don't have no knowledge of. So now we see, well, then we got this goal. Well, then how can I get that goal? Now we start to figure this shit out. But before, we didn't know none of that shit because it's not being told to us. And so, like I said, we gotta do better as people. We gotta own people too, like I said. Puppets and clowns and other people that, you know, they want you to think or like a fucking robot. All brothers ain't your brother. Even in Islam, all brothers ain't your brother, man. All friends ain't your friends. But I'm friends with anybody that's on the same path I'm on. Because it's not about race and color. Like, her race and color shouldn't have anything to do with her being president. But because she's playing the game of wanting to be this when it's convenient, wanting to be that when it's convenient, we gotta call this shit out. But then we gotta call out the people that are supporting this shit. Because it's deception, man. So we just here to call it out, man. That's it, man. And we're gonna call out the people that sit there and speak for us and don't really give a fuck about us. We gotta speak about this shit, man. So, what are we gonna do? Like I said, we got our own problems in our own community. We need to work on gang violence, domestic violence, getting this changing. Like I said, hip hop is a bridge gapper, but we need to clean that shit up, man. Get back to original hip hop. So get back to just making music and not pushing agendas and lead my people straight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just 25 years ago, man, which wasn't that long ago, we wouldn't tolerate none of this shit in hip hop. But because the bag has gotten so bigger and, our OGs have, faded out, the new era is destroying hip hop. Sleazy shit, and we all girls think that shit is okay. Girls rapping about STDs and what the fuck is it? Come on, man. So we got our own shit to clean up too, man. This ain't just about, fun. We gotta clean this shit up too, man. Niggas running around here killing each other. Yeah, it happens in every country. But here, we gotta only worry about here. You go in other countries, like I said in the other video, America decimates these countries, man. All those South American countries. Not just the United States, but they're decimated, man. Run by gangs. These are countries that the U.S. don't fuck with. And it's like, these are the people that are coming in and bringing that shit into the country. So not only that, those places are decimated with, going Africa and sex trafficking. They're killing and raping over there too. They don't treat our people too nice over there. And them other countries too, they're kidnapping people, they're corrupt leaders, gangs running the country, corrupt cops. It's a mess. And America doesn't know about those countries. They don't care. But we only can worry about here. We gotta stop what we're doing here if we want to move forward. And that unity has to start here. Right here in America, right here in our homes, and in the thought process of a lot of these gang leaders and things like that. Nobody's telling people to end, whatever gang you're in or whatever, but we need to end the violent part of it. That needs to end. If we want respect out of it. If not, all we're going to do is keep putting targets on our backs. Anyways, man, I've been on this joint 45 minutes. I'm sorry about the background, the noise. I hope you guys can hear what I'm saying, because I'm not trying to talk too loud, because I'm outside, but, I was just trying to get a good point across. It's a storm shadow type shit. Look at my face. It's a shadow. All you see is these thick ass glasses and a beard, man. But anyways, man, I hope people don't take offense to anything I said. If I did, I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm just trying to point some things out that people need to see. And I'm not saying that, like I said, I have a lot of good friends, and I have a lot of, people that I've met from different countries are very nice people, very good people. All those people are not gang members what you call it, rapists and shit like that. A lot of those people come here and work, and they work hard, and they're trying to provide for their families and do, everything that everybody else is trying to do. So I don't knock them type of people, man. I'm talking about the people that are trying to deceive us, or the people that look down on us. Those are the people I'm talking about. So this doesn't apply to every person that comes from somewhere else or whatever. This applies to the people that are trying to hold us back, look down upon us, speak on our behalf, but then, really have no intentions of helping us and portray that they're us. That's who I'm talking to, people like that don't have our best interests. With that being said, man, let me get out of here, man. I got attacked by mosquitoes, man. Many-Face Publishing, man. I'm out. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Have a good night. God bless. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.